Hello. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mitchell. Today is a real treat for us because we have David Stratton and his band, The Broadcasters, Michael Bartolome on piano, and Nicholas McBride on drums, and Graham Jesse playing horns, playing woodwinds. These guys are very well-seasoned professionals, played lots and lots of gigs all around, TV, radio, recordings. David has musically directed big events, opening and closing ceremonies for large things. Played with, I've got a list of names here: Sam and Dave, Olivia Newton-John, Marsha Hines, Jose Feliciano, Georgie Fame. I'm mentioning Georgie Fame for myself because I wish I'd played with Georgie Fame. Blossom Deary, I'm mentioning Blossom Deary for myself because I wish I'd played with Blossom Deary. Sarah Blasco, many others, too many to mention, and we could probably do the same for the other three chaps as well, couldn't we? And so, welcome to the stage, David Stratton and the Broadcasters.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming along to hear us this afternoon. Thanks, Brendan, for that lovely introduction. We're going to play 5 pieces for you in a row, and they're based on our experiences with working with visual artists, in some cases directly and in other ways indirectly, which we'll talk about between songs. We're just waiting for our piano player. Does anyone play the piano? And at the end, Diana Blom has invited us to chat a little bit about our respective careers. And for Michael, Graham and I, we're in our 5th decade of playing and also involved in education as well on varying levels. So we'll be happy to talk to you about that, answer any questions you may have, and we'll...
Oh, sorry, Dave, you're there. That's good, Michael. I was going to ask you about the midday game. We can talk about that.
Oh yeah, we certainly will, yeah. So very happy to chat about how we've managed to muddle along with careers over that. As I said, 3 of us are in our 5th decade, and the baby of the band, Nicholas, is in his third and a half decade. Okay. This first song is called Bundan on Strut, and it's a group composition we wrote while we were artists in residence at Bundanon, which is an amazing property gifted by the artist Arthur Boyd to the Australian people, and we spent 2 weeks down there writing and recording on equipment that was from, at the time, Western Sydney University. I think Mitchell helped us out with that gear. Thanks, Mitchell. So this is Bundan on Strut.
Wombat.
Thank you very much. That was, as I said, a group composition we wrote in the towards the end of our stay at Bundanon in our artisan residence. It was January of 2000, I think, from memory. Yeah, that was a challenge, but I got there. The next piece is one of our next compositions. It's called Wombat Dreaming. And for those of you that have been in that part of Australia, or really all sorts of rural parts, that wombats are everywhere, and they're under the foundations of Bundanon and Riversdale properties, and they're evidence of where they've been is everywhere. And so this is Nick's tribute to our friends who we spent a couple of weeks with. The next piece we'd like to play is a composition of Michael's. It's entitled Searing Vision. And as you can see from the image behind, it's a tremendous painting by Australian artist Tim Storia. And it's one of his signatures is the burning, the fire, the embers out in nature and with the early evening skyline. But he's an amazing artist, and I think this particular piece you called Searing Vision.
Well, it's always interesting trying to marry a static vision with a musical idea. You sit there and gaze at it. Something comes, a little idea, and you expand upon that. It's really quite interesting. It's the second time we've done that because we did another album of writing music to someone's paintings. It's quite illuminating. But yeah, it looks pretty hot. So here's Searing Vision to go along with it. One, two, three, two.
Michael. That was Searing Vision. Next up is a composition of mine. Again, this was composed and recorded in situ at Bundanon, and this is a painting by Arthur Boyd called Peter's Fish and the Crucifixion. And this painting is a centrepiece in his studio, which is open to the public down there. And it features the Shoalhaven River and the iconic Pulpit Rock in the background. Again, signatures of a lot of Arthur's work down in the Shoalhaven. And it's sort of, I'm quoting Janet McKenzie from her book here today on Arthur Boyd. Prompted by the sight of fresh fish caught in the river, Boyd made an association with the notion of Christ's apostles, the fishers of men, hence the title of the composition. Religious significance is given to everyday phenomena by echoing the shape of Pulpit Rock with white clouds, thus emphasising the way it reaches towards infinite space, the heavens. The crucifixion on the riverbank is used by Boyd in previous works and signifies vulnerability and suffering, as well as alluding to the fact that the European culture and Christianity, in relative terms, are new to the ancient continent of Australia. So, the Fisher of Men, and it musically invokes some gospel overtones as well. Thank you. That was The Fisher of Men. And we've got one final piece before we go into our Q&A.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty, yeah. Yeah, we've all been sweating on this one. Thanks, Graham. This is one of Graham's compositions. Just introducing you to the band again, of course. Michael Bartolome on piano. Graham Jesse on woodwinds. And Nicholas McBride, drums and percussion. Just a little bit of background to the four of us. Graham and Michael and I, as I said, we're in our fifth decade, known each other for a very long time. And Nicholas is a baby. Nicholas was introduced to us via this project back in 1999. And we haven't played together since 2001. So Nicholas has been in China or Asia for the last 20 odd years, is that right? Yeah. And so we welcome him back to Australia. He's only been back a couple of months now, I think. So this is the first time we've played since 2001. So we're really, really pleased that Diana gave us that opportunity. Graham, did you want to chat a little bit about this next piece?
Sure. Well, the title of the painting is Nebuchadnezzar, Caught in a Forest, and it's a biblical tale about someone who is banished to the forest. So, and I imagine he's trying to get out. So there's a lot of twisting and turning and fast sort of passages in this piece, but there's also some space later on when we get into the improvisation section. I suppose where Nebuchadnezzar finds himself in a field or something like that. So it jumps around this piece because that's what's happening in the painting.
Thank you very much. That was Nebuchadnezzar caught in the forest. That was Graham Jesse. We're going to actually, could we have the house lights up, Mitchell? And we can have a bit of a chat.